Good afternoon. Today we are going to start talking about the laws and theorems that relate to the limits. Most of them today are going to be pretty simple and basic as we get used to new notation. It'll get a little harder as the week goes on. Alright, so first off, the limits of linear functions. Now remember, a linear function is continuous. It means there's no holes, no jumps, no points of discontinuity. And what this says is the limit of the function of x as x approaches a is equal to the value of the function at a. Again, assuming that there are no holes, jumps, points of discontinuity. So let's look at an example. It says the limit as x approaches 4 for 3x minus 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply just replace the x with 4. No special tricks or anything like that. Again, only works like this if we know that we have a continuous graph, though. And we have to know that those limits exist. All right? So no undefined limits, no weirdness. All right? Two more easy kind of basic laws. All right? And again, we're assuming that the limits exist, that we don't have any of those holes or jumps. So first off, the sum law says the limit as x approaches a of f of x plus g of x is equal to each limit separate, so that the limits have been separated out, solved individually, and then we add their answers. Same with subtraction, called the difference law. Again, if we're subtracting two things, both as x approaches a, both assuming that the limits exist, again, we can just find the individual limits and then subtract them. So let's look at an example of one of those kinds. All right, so we have f of x equal to 2x plus 1, g of x is negative 3x minus 5, and again, we're looking for this limit as x approaches 4. So what we're really going to do is we're going to find the limit as x approaches 4 for the first function, and then add the limit as x approaches 4 for the second function. And as we just saw on the other page, if we assume that these are continuous, we're just simply plugging a 4 into both problems. So the first one, f of x function, we're going to be doing 2 times 4 plus 1, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. So again, we're doing that kind of first, like it's in a parenthesis, because we don't want to do this add until we found the other answer. So the limit of g of x as x approaches 4, we're talking negative 3 times 4, and then minus 5. And I want to do all of that before I ever add it to the other answer. So that'll be negative 12 minus 5, which is negative 17. Now add their answers, and I get a grand total of negative 8. All right, so again, the work's pretty simple today. It's really all just about kind of getting familiar and getting used to the idea of limits and how they look. All right, good luck today.